There we go. Now chat's open. Okay, I think I got it.
No, there's no chat for me. Oh wait. Yeah, there's no chat.
Why is it not popping up? Bro, I'm gonna fucking freak. Dude, come on. Alright. Oh, there it is. It's open.
Oh, there it is.
That was weird.
Bro.
I gotta see if this... See if chat... Can you say something in the chat real quick? There it is.
I did already.
There it is. Thank you, my Roey. I'm not hungry at the moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to today's live stream. I'm here. Wait, what? Hello?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was talking about my brother.
Oh. Yeah, welcome to today's stream, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be streaming an event that's going to be happening today. There's going to be a Warhammer event, and I'm very excited to look at it. We have less than 30 minutes until it actually starts. So let's see if there's anything good that happens. It could be absolutely dog crap. You never know. I hate, dude. Why is my shit so wobbly, bro? All right, we'll put tags open. I hope the stream's clear.
Yeah, it's okay from what I can see.
Perfect. Yeah, we have less than a couple like 30 minutes or so till the actual event starts. Let's hope there's something actually good that's gonna come of it. I'm hoping that I'm gonna get models, like new models for me. Of course, they're gonna be showing the new box that they will be showing the new box. The new box is gonna be coming. It's just gonna be I don't know what's going to be in the box. There's rumors it's going to be a couple things. They're not going to have any... Sorry, hold on. I can't even think, man. Okay, yeah. Today we're gonna be streaming the event, like I was saying, and I'm hoping that you're going to show the Warhammer box that I've been waiting for. They're gonna be showing a special box with a special book. Each faction is gonna have their own special book, and I'm gonna be buying that book with the unit that's gonna be coming with the book. And I'm hoping it's actually good and not crap. And it might be really good. There's rumors that they're not going to be adding poxwalkers into this new combat patrol. Yeah, they're gonna be showing the new combat patrol. I'm hoping there's no poxwalkers because I have 30 sets of poxwalkers in my set, but I don't really need any more. I mean, I do need more. There's always good to have more poxwalkers, but I don't need them right now. I'm hoping this box has something else, like I heard they're going to be doing a from my friend that was telling me that the rumor is they're going to be adding. Let me see if I can get the list on my phone. What they will like. There was rumored that it was going to be adding. I have to see. I know they're going to be adding a rover crawler or a rhino crawler. They're going to be adding maybe in the box. They're going to be adding a couple death shrouds. Other stuff, I'm not sure. I can't really remember the whole thing that was rumored to be added, but it should be good. I'm hoping it's going to be something cool, and also see the other models. I just like watching these events because they're just really nice, fun to look at the models and people that actually can paint better than you can. Because I paint really, really mediocre. I mean, I painted this last month or so, a couple months ago. It's, if you can see it right here, it's a death crawler, which is, I made it right here, so it looks like it's shitting out. Hold on. Sorry, I can't even think because my dogs are going fucking batshit crazy and it's pissing me off. But yeah, anyway, I'm very excited to see the models that are going to be showing because, like I said, I like to see the models.
Hey, I gotta go.
All right. But I like to see the models a lot, and I like to see each model, even though I can't paint very well. It's fine. I mean, I like seeing, like I said, I showed you guys before, if you guys are just coming in right here. Right here, I painted this the other day, not the other day, but a couple months ago. It's like the last thing I painted. But I'm not very good at painting, but looking at people that actually know what they're doing and actually know how to paint, yeah, they actually know how to paint and stuff. Like, I don't know how to paint at all. Like, my painting ability is complete, utter garbage. You know what I mean? But we're going to see, because it's going to be starting in 20 minutes, so hopefully it's going to be good. What were, Gavin, what were all the models that were going to be shown? Like, on my unit specifically, what was the things that were rumored? Do you remember? I don't really remember what you said. I just know it was like, all I remember is when you said about the rhino roller, or whatever it was called, the rhino. Yeah, nobody knows. It was just a rumor. I mean, the rumor I was heard with the Combat Patrol as well is the Poxwalkers. Is the Poxwalkers for the Combat Patrol. I heard there was not going to be any in the box, but we'll see. They might have it, but I'm really curious to see what my book looks like. I just want to see what the design looks like. It'll probably be nothing special, but... yeah, but I'm curious to see what do you guys think of, what is your guys' opinion on the boxes? What are you guys looking for? A Thousand Suns is that is all that matters. Nah, bro. The Thousand Suns, I mean, sure, they look cool. A Thousand Suns just look like Egyptian people, and that's freaking cool to see. But reality, who cares, you know? Who cares? Alright. Everyone knows Death Guard's better. At least we can both agree that World Eaters, who cares about them the most? Because I think they are, if I'm not mistaken, they're in this unit as well, like in this frame that they're going to be showcasing. They soloed the Space Wolves and the Custodies. So who cares? Who cares what they did? Ethereum is also one of the most powerful characters in the setting. Yeah, but why do you care they're overpowered? You shouldn't care they're overpowered. Shouldn't care. Sounds like another person I know that cares about only power. Are you just playing them because they're powerful? Is that why? Interesting. Suspicious, maybe. Suspicious. Oh. So 0. Oh, is it? He also got 5 books about him. How many does Typhus have? Oh, 0. So, who cares? 0, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? 0 books. Doesn't matter. Death Guard are superior. Even though there's probably a really small, there's like a small percentage that probably actually play Death Guard. But, who's counting? Oh, boy. I'm actually quite excited to see all the models, even though I'm not going to be playing half the models they're going to be showing. I only play Death Guard and Necrons at the moment, and I mean, that's the only armies I have bought so far. Necrons and Death Guard. That's it. That's the only people I've played so far. But I'm thinking about also playing Mechanicus. I'm also thinking about playing what were they called? Oh boy, they were called the dark. I can't remember what they were called. But I was gonna play another faction, but I just couldn't remember. I can't remember their name. I keep forgetting their name. But Mechanicus would be really cool too if they showed some Mechanicus models. I mean, they already did back in the a couple showings ago. They've already shown them what they have, but I'm just curious to see if there's anything new or better new. But Thousand Suns beat Chaos factions and beat in Best Chaos God. Nah, bro. Nah, subjective, man, subjective. All right. We got we have 12 minutes left till the event starts, as far as I know. And I hope the bit rate's fine. Is the stream clear, I hope? I don't know if it's clear. I'm hoping it is. Should be more than that. It should be 6,000 bit rate. I might have fixed the bit rate. I'm hoping they show something cool. I mean, all the models are cool, really well painted. I mean, they should be. They're painted by like professional people, but maybe we got people. There's people piling in on Twitch right now for the event. Oh, they're live. Ba da he da da di he la ba da da di da da. We got 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes till the event starts. Is there any factions you guys are excited for them to showcase? Death Guard. Well, they're basically going to be showing Death Guard, A Thousand Suns, and I believe World Eaters, if I'm not mistaken. I think those three are the ones they're going to be showcasing. I'm not sure though. I know Death Guard and Thousand Suns, but I don't know if Death Guard is the third one. But I'm assuming it is because they just announced the Emperor's Children. They just did that one. They released their box, and their box is actually pretty cool. My friend just bought their box. There basically has to be Chaos this time. If not, then Salamanders. I don't know, maybe. Hopefully. I'm hoping they show my guys. Hopefully, because I heard in the last thing, because I missed it, they showed Death Guard, so... Last they showed something random. I don't know. We got 9 minutes till the show starts. I love this music. Let's see. Rumors say 1,000 Suns are getting a big robot. That would be dope. A big robot. That'd be sick. I don't know. Maybe they will. Who knows what there could be in store for anything. Everything's on the table. I'm hoping I have everything open for stream. You guys can hear this, right? I hope that the codex is awesome. I hope so too. I mean, I also hope Death Guard is also pretty cool. I hope every book has a special, like, special thing to it. You know what I mean? I'm hoping every one of them does. For both of us, so I can steal yours. No, you can't steal my book. You've already crippled my books on my shelf. You've already crippled my book economy. Yeah, you've already crippled my friggin' book economy. I only have so many codexes now. I used to have so many, but now I have such few. I mean, this will be the third codex I have for Death Guard, because I have this one and this one. This one's the 9th edition, and I think this one's the 8th edition, maybe, because I started playing when 9th edition was popular. So I'm guessing this might be 8th edition. I'm not sure though, but I have these two. And I'm going to be buying the special edition for the new one. But we'll see. Let's see. For both of my books is flowing. Your book economy is flowing. 7th. Yeah, I wonder why your book economy is so freaking flowing so fruitfully. You're stealing books from my shelf like a little heathen you are. Taking my books that I don't read, but that's okay. They're there for looks. Who takes books and reads them? 4 Dark Angel codexes. Damn. Well, yeah, that is right. You have almost all of them. You're just missing I think maybe 2, 3 codexes, because we haven't played 1st edition, 2nd or 3rd, or 4th, or 5th, or 6th, or 7th, or 8th. So, wait, maybe not. You're missing a lot of them, actually. Now I think about it. But 1,000 Suns new codex releases, I've got 3 of them. Well, I have my 3rd codex because I have Necrons. I have the 10th edition for Necrons, but I don't have any other edition for that. I want to maybe collect them. I want to see if I can find 9th edition and 8th edition. I don't think I'm ever going to find anything lower than 8th edition, because 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 are probably going to be very rare to find. even I think number 8's gonna be rare to find. Number 9 probably also be pretty rare. But the only 9th edition I have is Death Guard for 40k. And I'm lucky to have freaking 7th edition or whatever edition this is. I don't know what let me see. I'm actually gonna look that up. Let's see. 8th edition Death Guard Codex. Yeah, I have 8th edition. So I have 9th edition and 8th edition codexes for Warhammer 40k. And I'm gonna have 10th. So I have 8, 9, and 10. But we're gonna switch over to enough the music. We're gonna switch over and get ready to get ready. Is this too loud? 3 minutes. Yeah, I'm switching over. Can you guys hear everything? Hopefully you guys can hear everything fine. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, I'm switching over. I know it might be too loud. I don't want to turn it too loud. Yeah, but I mean, I would like to collect all the codexes, and Gavin not to steal my goddamn codexes I collect. But I also have AOS as well. I can't tell which editions these are. I think this is 3rd and 4th, or maybe it's 2 and 3. I don't know. I can't tell with AOS what editions these are. But I think this one's the new one, this one's the old one, or this one's the new one, this one's the old one. But these two are still out of date because I think 5th edition just dropped. And I haven't got to play them yet, but I just finished painting my army for them. But I'm excited to play AOS as well. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it more than 40k, but maybe. I've not stolen a single codex that you've bought. Only Jared's in mine. Lies. No, he's lying. I'm missing my Tyranid 9th edition that I did buy. Well, I sold it, but who's counting? All right, the event should be starting now. Yeah, I know. I said I sold it. Which is true. I did sell my Tyranid Codex.
Hello everyone, and
we're live.
Warhammer Live preview show coming to you from Nottingham. My name's Nick. This is Alex. We're really excited to be with you this evening. Al, we've got so much stuff to show people, right?
Yep, I'm incredibly excited. We've got stuff from Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer the Age of Sigmar, Kill Team, and the Old World.
Oh, it's going to be great. That's all coming up very soon. Now, this weekend we are celebrating it, of course, as Adepticon over there in America, in Milwaukee. If you're there at the event, hello. You may have already seen some of the stuff we're about to show you already, but keep quiet for now. Great to have you here. But of course, there's folks all around the world. Please let us know in the chat where you are. And in fact, this evening, we're helped out.
This shit's stuttering like a storm right now.
You can ask us questions. We have Ed over in Question Corner. Ed, how you doing? All right?
Good, thanks, Nick. Yeah,
good to have you here, man.
If you've got any questions, do start.
Bro, why is it every time?
Help me filter out to try and see what everyone wants to ask.
Now, crucially, that is in the Twitch chat only. I know we're on YouTube as well, but if you're in Twitch, please put questions in there. We'll try and get as many of those answers as we possibly can as the show goes on. Now, we have so much to show you this evening. And in fact, we're going to give you a quick glimpse right now.
I don't understand, bro. Garbage can. Why is Twitch always so ass?
Get out there and have fun.
And then we have an ad.
Because you've got McGuire's. And we've got your back. From wash, to paint care, to maintenance and more. McGuire's has your hybrid ceramic solution for every adventure.
I hate
McGuire's.
freaking.
Reflect your
I
passion.
hate Twitch.
Well,
Twitch is so bad.
yeah, so the Wood Elves, the defenders of Athelloren, is a highly elite force, lots of cavalry, lots of archers. You get a fantastic battalion.
That's a cool looking.
As well as their arcane
That's pretty
general,
dope.
contains all the lore background, regiments. We've got Orion in there. Loads of fantastic stuff.
Yeah, absolutely elite army on the tabletop. These guys are superb at shooting.
That
off
is
the
pretty
table.
cool.
Yeah, and Alex is absolutely right. What he says there. We've also got the hero here, the Araloth, Lord of Talson as well, who's coming alongside the Wood Elves.
Wow.
This guy was a coward in his youth, right?
Yes, he was a cowardly youth. However, having fallen from his horse,
That's a
and
cool
killed
looking
the gods,
model.
as you do. He then regained his courage and eventually went on to slay Morga the Corruptor.
A superb Lord level hero for your Wood Elf forces. This guy carries his bird into battle. Scarin the Eye Thief there can be sent across the battlefield to peck the eyes out of your enemies, which is great fun. And of course, alongside the Arcane Journal, which is coming for the Wood Elves, just like it does for every other army. A 48-page book dedicated to the Wood Elves with background, rules, historical recreations. You can find.
Is that the Codex?
New heroes. We got Orion, King of the Woods, returns, leading his wild hunt, one of the armies of infamy there.
That's pretty cool.
As well as magic items, new units which you can take as well, conversions from other units that exist. I tell you what, Alex, I'm super excited about the fact that beast packs are returning to the Wood Elf realms. You'll be able to field units of deep wood hounds, forest cats, sylvan boars, and even a bear of Lauren. So you can have a bear running around the Wood Elf army. That sounds great.
That's a cool looking codex.
So there we are.
You mentioned beasts,
I don't know if I'm a fan of the
Wood
blue
Elves
though,
are
the
only
blue
things
outline,
course.
but
to, the old world.
I mean,
You've got
it's not a
the
big
Beastmen
deal.
Brighthoods returning.
Whoa.
So likewise, they've got a fantastic battalion there.
that is a cool whatever the fuck that is. I don't know what the hell that is.
Absolutely right. Yeah, the Beastmen, of course,
What
a
the
wild
heck?
force in Warhammer the Old World. Super powerful.
What
Lots
is
of
that?
cheap infantry running around all over the table, and some terrifying monsters as well. And there's a brand new miniature coming for them as well. We've seen this one before. This is
Oh, yeah, I've seen this before.
Tell me about this guy. Who is
So
it?
the Beastmen love might makes right. However, if you are mystical, magical, you tend to be given a bit of an easy ride. They love that. Kralmor is a prophet. He can, see the future, which has allowed him to stay one step ahead of his enemies. And
That's
we
pretty
mentioned
cool.
Orion before. Orion is currently hunting him. However, has been
Blue
unsuccessful.
outline is
He's a
old world
powerful
thing.
level 4 wizard,
I don't know
and
if I
that
like
mirroring
that, to be
spirit,
honest.
that
That
becomes
color
in battle,
scheme.
placed on the
I'm not
battlefield
sure
to
if I
cast devolving
like
magic
it.
at enemies from afar, which is quite good fun. Now it's worth pointing out both the Wood Elves and the Beastmen are going to have the huge ranges accompanying them. We've just shown you a selection here, so don't expect just this.
Yeah,
There's
I don't know
loads more
about the
coming as
blue
well.
outline.
And of course, we've got the Arcane
But
Journal
the
for
cover,
Beastmen,
like the
Greyheads.
art style's
Again,
cool.
Big book full of lore, full of great maps. You like a map, Alex, you really do. We've got historical recreations of Kralmor taking on some Empire of Men troopers, new units, new heroes in there, new magic. You can take a herd stone for your force as well. Look, if you're a Beastman fan, you want to get this book. That's great. Now,
That's pretty
Alex,
dope.
people kind of knew that Wood Elves and Beastmen were on the way because they were the last two forces that were going to happen. But there's one force that people might.
Dude,
not
I
be
don't
expecting.
understand how those 40K they make millions of dollars and they can't get their
Grand
freaking stream
Cathay
look good. Like
is among
like
the
stream
oldest
fine.
civilizations in the world.
It's stuttering.
Under the watch of my father, Sen Yang, the Celestial Dragon Emperor, Grand Cathay stands as a bulwark of harmony against the forces of darkness. Now, as the hordes of chaos threaten to breach our sacred battlements, this haven of order prepares for war. Upon the walls of the Great Bastion are mustered countless soldiers, ingenious war machines, and other more esoteric defenders who stand ready.
It's not me.
determined to
The
hold back
audio's
the
fine. The
tide.
audio would be stuttering too.
Resolutely, I perform
It's
the
literally
duty
Warhammer.
bestowed on me by my divine father centuries ago. My divine father centuries ago. Through devout study of the twin powers of yin and yang, I master the elements and summon lightning from the heavens, striking our foes and inspiring all those who fight beneath my banner. I am the master of the storm winds and the supreme matriarch of Nangao. I am Miao Ying. I am the storm dragon. This is Grand Cathay, our eternal empire.
That's pretty cool. Whoa. That is pretty cool. Heed the call of the storm. That is cool.
That is amazing. I
Wow.
have genuine goosebumps
Wow.
after watching it.
What
That is
video.
a cool.
What a range.
That's a cool
Let's
model.
talk about it. So,
Or, I
Grand
mean, the
Cathay
whole
is
thing.
here, marching into the old world.
What the heck?
Alex, who are the Grand Cathay?
So Grand Cathay is one of the oldest civilizations in the world of legend. They've stood as sort of an eternal bulwark against the evils of the world. It's a land of cities, farms, great mountains, and it's had a sort of internal stability and harmony that the other nations tend to be in a level of turmoil because it's ruled by dragons.
That looks
namely
really
the
good.
Celestial Dragon Emperor himself. And as you can imagine, having an immortal leader lends a bit of stability there.
There's such a.
Does this dude turn into a dragon?
Concept for a force, and it's a very different army to anything else you might see in Warhammer: The Old World. They are an elite army, heavily armed and heavily armored. Even the basic
Good to
troops
see
are
them
super
finally
elite.
get models.
There's a mixture of
That's
troops, cavalry,
cool.
war engines, terrifying monsters. And we're going to go through.
Does
a
their
few of them
emperor
now.
turn
It
into
is
a
the
dragon?
Battalion box set, which we see here. Is what a great scope of miniatures we've got in front of us. And first
This
and
might
foremost,
be
let's
an
talk
army I
about
might
the
wanna
infantry.
play.
Alex, the Jade Warriors. Who are they?
So the Jade Warriors are the well
Because I haven't found like an old world like group that I actually wanted to play. I mean, sure the dwarves, but I don't want to play with Jared. I want to be my own
nature of the empire.
identity, I guess.
Pole arms, heavy armor.
I don't want
shields,
to play the
they're
same
formidable in
characters
attack,
he plays.
but Defense is where their strength truly lies.
These are, you're absolutely right, and that's reflected in the rules as well. These guys have the rule defensive stance, where if they remain stationary, they can re-roll ones in the combat phase on their saves, which is cool. Really cool thing to point out in this box set as well is that while you can build every single model with lots of different variation, one of the great varieties in the Jade Warriors that is every model you can choose a male or a female head as well. So you can have all your Jade Warriors can be female or male, up to you, which is really, really cool.
That's
but
cool.
They're not just the only thing. They've got maybe the anvil of the army is the Jade Warriors, but let's talk about the Jade Lancers, the cavalry. These guys are special.
So yeah, if the Jade Warriors are the shield, these guys are the spear. They're the Knights of the Celestial Host. They've been forged in battle and drawn from
These
the most
guys are
disciplined and
cool.
skilled soldiers of the great cities. I mean, the wealthier cities can raise, multiple regiments of these guys, but most can, manage at least one. On the battlefield, basically, they are able to charge and annihilate the enemy. They specialize in sort of getting through the narrow passages. And
How come they're not in
alleyways of the
AOS
city.
anymore? Are
Yeah,
they
devastating
not there
cavalry
anymore? Or are
on
they
the
in
charge.
AOS?
These guys can fight in an extra rank with their Cathayan Lancers, so that makes them super hitty. And also the Cathayan Cataphracts rule lets this unit follow up from combat and counters charging next turn, so that's going to go straight through units and into the next one. Are absolutely devastating. But if you don't want to get too close to your opponent like the Jade Lancers do, maybe you want to fancy taking some of these artillery pieces as well. Check these out, man. What we got?
Those
So
are
all along the
cool.
Great Bastion,
Maybe
you've
they
got
make
rocket launchers and
vampire
cannons of all
counts.
sizes. The rocket
Maybe.
launchers, the Fire Rain rocket battery might be a little bit inaccurate, but they're incredibly deadly, launching explosives great distances. So this Fire Rain rocket battery is a portable version of the War Machine. It's crewed by disciples of the House of Smoke and Powder who specialize in
Those
the
are cool.
manufacturing of gunpowder. You'll notice gunpowder features very heavily with Grand Cathay. So many cannon also exist, but the foremost is the Cathayan Great Cannon. Many of these are forged in Nangao, and they've got that wonderful dragon head shaped on the front. And one of my favourite things about this kit is that ogre loader.
Yeah, it's just a great characterful piece, isn't the Ogre Loader? It is actually an upgrade for the artillery piece in terms of the rules. He helps protect your artillery piece with gunpowder bombs. He can help the cannon move faster by lugging it along, and also it can allow it to shoot once per game in one phase, which is pretty impressive. He loads it super fast. The Grand Cannon you see here does such devastating damage. It has thunderous impact on its shots, slowing down enemy units nearby where the shot landed. And the firing rocket battery can choose a multiple different types of ammunition, depending on whether it's going for big targets or for big units. It can do what it wants. My favourite detail, Harris, I've got to point out on this picture. Check out the guy at the back with the sort of the bamboo rocket who's smoking a pipe right next to the rocket.
That's brave.
What a hero. What a hero. Love this stuff. But that's the models that we've seen in the battalion. We've also got some other stuff as well. This is the Sky Lantern. Tell me about these.
Yes, so this is a beautiful centerpiece miniature. It's an intricately decorated construction of paper and silk and held aloft by a caged
Dude, fucking goddamn it.
Basically has burning wings and forces all that hot air up into it to give it lift. The crew then sit in an armoured gondola and they're able to direct it using those sails on the side. It's a wonder of Cathayan ingenuity. If you had the Derby up on one side and Grand Cathay on the other, you'd be hard-pressed to see who's the best engineers. Now, you can see in that gondola, you've got a Lord Magistrate or Strategist, and these are the commanders of cities and the institutions of Grand Cathay. Now you can see in that gondola, you've got a Lord Magistrate or Strategist, and these are the commanders of cities and the institutions of Grand Cathay. They tend to lead from the back, and they can guide from the Sky Lantern using fans and banners.
This is great.
That's a cool freaking thing right there.
A hero choice for the Force, and you can choose to mount him in a Sky Lantern.
They were in nothing until now.
As well, or you can take the Sky Lantern without one of those inside if you want to as well. It's a huge, rare, heavy chariot.
That's a cool model.
Size, which is quite cool.
I've never heard of these guys before.
You can equip the gunners on board with an array of gunpowder weapons and bombs, including the actual lantern itself has those huge Sky Lantern bombs underneath it, which are absolutely devastating. One of my favourite rules about this thing is the Eye of the Dragon rule, which lets Cathayan artillery use this model's line of sight, so the crew on board are directing the artillery fire for the rest of the Force, which is fantastic. So
just one thing I want to note on this as well is the transfers. Yes. You'll have seen on all the banners.
There's no. Is it still showing this?
Symbols, and as well there on the Sky Lantern.
Of course, up next we've got the Cathayan Sentinels. This is just, look at the size of this thing, Alex. Tell me more.
What the heck?
Statues, and if legend is to be believed, they were all built by the Dragon Emperor himself many thousands of years ago to combat chaos. Now, the terracotta sentinels are crafted from magically charged red earth, and they tend to be found along the Great Bastion itself. However, sentinels can be found across Grand Cathay, anywhere. They're made of various
Those are
stones,
cool.
Like granite sentinels watch over Sky Pass in the Mountains of Morn. Obsidian sentinels defend the border.
I think I found the army I want to play.
And warpstone sentinels formed from clay infused with warpstone dust.
I actually might have found the army I want to play.
I'll tell you what's really cool as well, depending on which one you go for and how you paint your miniature, they actually get different rules in the game as well. So the terracotta sentinel can regenerate, while the granite sentinel might have a better armor save, and the warpstone sentinel is going to sort of really badly affect the nearby enemy troops, decreasing their toughness, which is really horrible. These things are huge, rare, behemoths, and they are just great fun. You definitely want to have one in your force. But let's have a look at another centerpiece model here, the Shigengan Lord on the Great Spirit Longmar.
So yeah, these guys tend to be the descendants of the Celestial Dragon, or dragon-blooded. They're natural sorcerers. They're just as skilled at wielding the elemental winds as they are with a blade. They're gifted with weapons and armor from the forges of Wei Jin, and they fight from the front.
God damn it!
No slouches in combat.
Absolutely not, and they're basically warrior wizards. So these models can either be a hero or a lord choice, and depending on which one you go for, it could be a level 1 wizard or a level 2 wizard, and those can all be increased. So you could have a level 4 Shigengan Lord if you wanted to, all flying around in this beautifully sculpted Longmar flying beast. Just a wonderful sort of both warrior and wizard general to all be increased. So you could have a level 4 Shigengan Lord if you wanted to, all flying around in this beautifully sculpted Longmar flying beast. Just a wonderful sort of both warrior and wizard general to lead your force, and a stunning centerpiece model too. But other choices for your heroes include the Gate Masters of the Celestial Cities.
So these are the leaders of the Jade Warriors. They've earned their position through skill and experience, and they must have served for at least a decade. And they're the masters of defensive warfare and discipline.
Absolutely right. They're battle-hardened veteran leaders for your forces. Again, they could be heroes or or lords. You get 2 in the box, enough to make a fighters if you want to, including all the bits to make a battle standard bearer. And you can thank the Dragon Emperor for the fact that that is a transfer there, so you don't have to hand paint that yourself. These guys are wonderful leaders to have in your force. to
That's
direct
super
your
cool.
models in play. Now, of course, alongside this, we are going to see the Grand Cathay Arcane
I
Journal
still
as
hate the
well.
book style,
So this has
dude.
got the
Ugly,
history of
dude.
Grand Cathay, the
I
Celestial
hate that
Dragon
blue
Emperor,
trim.
including lots of little bits of information
I don't
you
like
might
it.
not know, such as that it was the Dragon Emperor who shared gunpowder with the Sky Titans and a long and storied friendship with Nehekara, until events that we will not mention. It's got the philosophy of Grand Cathay, the armies, the formation of
Yeah, I
the Great
still-
Stone Desert, the trade,
That's my third favorite
exploration. There's a bit of a
old
focus
world.
on
There
the
might be
armies
others
of
I like. I don't know.
Nangao here.
I don't know
And
very
it's the-
much
that's the
about old
anchor
world, so I
of
don't
the
know.
Western
These guys are
Great
freaking
Bastion.
cool.
It's
I
also
like
got a lot
them.
on the Fengshi sorcery.
I might want
which
to play
sees the
them
rules of
actually
magic
for
split
this
into
for
two,
the
yin
for old
and
world.
yang. Yang may just study
But there could
control
be
of
new
winds
ones
of
that
magic,
come out,
using
I don't
light
know.
and vibrant spells, whilst yin is darker.
There could be
and
better
ordered.
ones that
Both
come
of the
out,
magic
but
rules which you can
right
take
now
for
this
your
one probably
wizards
is my
inside
favorite one.
The Arcane Journal as well.
This is my
This
favorite,
Arcane Journal is a bit
army in
unusual. It's
old
not
world.
maybe like the other Arcane Journals
I mean,
we've
I
seen.
like
It's more of a
dwarves,
sort
but
of
these guys are
standard
way
army
cooler
list.
than the dwarves.
So much like you see in the
Like, by a
Forces of
long
Fantasy or the
shot.
Ravening Hordes books, that every single model that's coming alongside will have their full rules in here, full special
Well, I
rules for the
really,
army,
really don't
unique
like
weapons,
this, like,
magic
blue
items,
trim.
everything you need
It's
to field
ugly.
your Grand Cathay army in a game of Warhammer the
I don't
Old
know why
World
they don't
is
stick
in
with,
this book.
like-
So if you're going to collect an army,
like
you need to get
this
yourself
trim,
a copy
like,
of this
well,
book as well.
Like the trim
That's
like
not the
this
only
or
thing.
something.
We've got one more thing to show you from this army.
The blue one's
Look at this.
ugly.
Oh,
Oh,
Alex,
Go,
who's
go.
this?
this is Miao Ying, the commander of the armies of the Great Bastion, ruler
That
of
is
Northern Cathay,
super
from the seat of
cool.
power in Nangao. So for centuries, she's fought against the servants of the Dark Gods, hobgoblins, barbarians, you name
can
it.
paint
She's
your own
assigned to her
dragon?
position by the Celestial Dragon himself, and is often considered the favourite amongst her siblings due to the power she wields
What?
and duty she bears. And she's somewhat aware of it. She's forever dealing with the lords of Nangao because even when you are a dragon, politics and scheming never.
That is
Now, right, Vicky
awesome.
Mao Ying's form is as a dragon, and
Yes.
sometimes
What?
she can transform herself into the human form to I guess, less terrify her troops as well. What's important as well, I mean, look at that beautiful miniature, isn't it? I think it's important to say as well.
So
that
that's
model
what
we've just
she
seen, the
looked like.
dragon, Mao Ying here, and
So
all the
she looked
models
like
we've
a
seen in
dragon.
this entire range are all plastic.
What?
which
So this is what she
fantastic
looks like in
news.
human
So,
form?
it's going to be much easier to make your miniatures. Mao Ying is a powerful wizard. She can transform herself from a dragon to a human whenever she wants to.
What?
And she's a supreme matriarch of the Nangao, and so she can promote warriors around her to be her celestial dragon guard, making them better in a fight as well.
That's
It's a stunning
so
centerpiece
cool.
model for your army. That whole collection is just incredible.
The intricacy, the detail, it is beautiful.
Yeah, there we go. That is Grand Cathay coming soon for Warhammer. The
That's
Old World.
awesome.
Very exciting release. And yeah, you guys weren't sure if we're going to show you everything. We just have. So there we go. Exciting stuff. We've got a bit of time now to go over to Question Corner. Ed, what's the chat talking about at the moment?
Well, first off, I would like to shout out a few of the locations people talked about earlier. We've got people from all over the UK, loads of states being listed across the US and Canada, Paris, Australia, Norway, all over the world. It's fantastic. I do have some old world related questions that I've got to though. How much of the release is in resin? Is a big one that we're being asked.
Well, everything we've just seen is plastic.
Yep.
There we go. That's it. If there's other models coming in the future that we haven't seen, we don't know about at the moment. We don't
It's
know.
plastic.
But everything we've just seen is entirely plastic. Multi-part miniatures, loads of different options you can put on your miniatures.
Were they
So
not plastic
there we go.
before?
How cool's that, right? That's pretty cool.
Next up, are those terracotta models the biggest models in Old World?
Might do, you know.
They might
They
be.
might be.
The Sky Lantern is huge.
Yeah, the Sky Lantern stands really tall.
Because
That
it's
ties
on
in-
a brand new base as well, and then on a flying stand, and then that balloon on top of it. So at least height-wise, I think the Sky Lantern takes it.
Well, in fact, this answered my next question, which was, is the Sky Lantern attached to its base purely from the plastic parts? No, it's got the flying stand. Okay, final question then. Who are Cathay's biggest rivals in the Old World?
Ooh, they don't have a rival.
You know,
Arguably, they're amongst the oldest and most powerful kingdoms in the Old
They used to
World.
be resin.
but they particularly hate the forces of chaos.
Oh,
right?
they absolutely love
They used to be
it.
resin. Is that like
So if you want to have
crappier-
if there was a rival, if there was someone that stood
crappier,
up
or
for
they
the
make,
years,
or is
of
it
course
better?
it
It's
would
like
be-
plastic's better than resin.
Okay, great. All right, cool. Anything else, Ed? Any more in the chat for now?
Lots of questions I think might get answered later on as we go on. Actually.
Fair enough. In that case, we'll move on to the next segment of our show, and it's time to move on from the old world and take a look at what's going on in Kill Team.
No, I want 40k. God damn it! Who cares about Kill Team? Yeah. I remember them, yeah. The Tyranids. There's a new Tyranid kill team.
Here we go. Kill Team Typhon is the next release coming for Kill Team, and it's extremely exciting. We have got a big box here full of loads of miniatures and the much asked for, much waited for Tyranid specific Kill Team is here in the form of the Raveners. First of all, before we go any further, very quickly,
I gotta see that. I gotta feel the comparison.
So we are still on Volcus. We're in High Basilicus. The Grey Gun is fired, and when it does fire, the backdraft sort of levels everything around it. One of the things that sometimes happens is that sinkholes open.
Is that Mechanicus versus Tyranids?
Below the Great Gun. And so what happens is the Adeptus Mechanicus send out these teams of sacrificial servitors to go and find some of the archaeological bits that are hidden down there. But when they've done so, they've awoken some Raveners.
Oh dear, you don't want to wake Raveners. That's the worst thing to do. Because in this box we have the new Raveners Kill Team. 5 miniatures in the Ravenous Kill Team. You'll also notice there are some Hormigants in the background.
Tyranids are so cool, dude.
But we'll talk about the Hormigants in just a second. But the Ravenous Kill Team is 5 models.
That's some cool models.
Quite different versions here. You could make them onto Ravener Warriors if you wanted to, as you see in 40k, but you can also make a Prime, as much as other things we're going to go over in a second. Alex,
that's
Raveners
a cool
are
model.
And terrifying, right?
Indeed, they're powerful, live, driven by an all-consuming hunger. Reports say that sometimes they can be deposited on a planet, they burrow through rockcrete, armor, flesh, all with the same level of ease, and they can basically hide out for years, if not decades. And that seems to be what's happened here on Volcus. As you mentioned, these can be built into several different sub-varieties. So you've got the Prime, who's a nodal hub for the brood and coordinates the rest of them. The Feltalon, with claws that pump toxins that can then be tracked. The Venom Spitter that, as you can probably guess,
that's super cool.
Venom.
Makes sense, yeah.
The Wrecker, which is a heavily muscled, armoured version, which can break through into bunkers. My favourite, the Tremor. It's got a hypersensory array to detect vibrations and chemical signatures like fear. And as you said, the rest can be warriors.
Now, if you've ever played Space Marine 2, you'll have come across the Raveners in there, and they burrow through the ground.
Oh, right. Yeah, those.
And that comes through in Kill Team as well. They actually have a rule where you draw a tunnel as the game continues, and your warriors and your Raveners can just pop in or pop out of that tunnel as the game continues, really confusing your foes. If I tell Kill Team players these guys have an APL of 3 apiece, that makes them super good, and they can all fight twice in an activation, which is terrifying too. Yeah, absolutely monstrous foes. Only, I think 5 models is one of the smallest kill teams.
Are these guys in your book, Gavin, in 10th edition? Or are these guys
lots of wounds,
not in there?
Lots of APL, be terrified. Maybe not quite as terrifying.
These are cool looking.
Pretty cool as well.
I mean,
the Battle Clade coming alongside them in the box set.
Mechanicus, baby!
Mechanicus kill team. And someone in the chat earlier on said, I'd give my soul for an Adeptus Mechanicus kill team. We're going to send Slanesh knocking on your door anytime soon. But Alex, tell us about these guys.
So these are led by techno-archaeologists who specialise in hunting down arcana and exotic resources.
Those are cool.
Alongside them, they've got the Servitor Underseers, that guy that seems to be floating there. Basically, these guys specialise in reprogramming and controlling servitors, translating the mission into complex subroutines suitable for their charges, but they can be a bit enthusiastic about the acquisition of more servitors, so if you do happen to have one of these guys float by, be careful they don't steal them. So alongside them, you've got a whole host of various servitors. You can have gun servitors with servo stabilizers, and even techno-medics, which is a rare willingness to heal the fleshy parts of servitors, because you are on a mission far from the forge. You know, sometimes needs must.
Needs must, right? Absolutely right. What's quite cool on the tabletop, these guys have a rule called the Noospheric Network, where they can transfer power from one server to another. One maybe shuts down and transferring as an APL over to another one, which is really good fun. Different servitors have different rules. We've got the Breacher servitors. You can knock holes through walls.
I might actually play either the Tyranid kill team or this kill team.
Array of exotic weaponry.
These are really cool.
Heavy arc rifle, incendiary igniters, and phosphor blasters, which all sound
I would be fine with either one.
Great fun. Now, coming alongside those 2 kill teams in the box is the Dossier, of course, which is where you would find the full rules for both the kill teams, but also has really loads of extra stuff in there as well. You see all the tokens and things, the cards that come in the box. Inside the dossier, you'll find the joint ops and adversary ops mission packs in here as well.
This kill team's
the joint
sick.
ops is really good fun. That's where the Hormigants and the Rippers.
I would
get in the
actually
box
either
that come
play
into
these,
play
either
as
of
well,
these.
because there is a tree campaign
gonna lie.
playing through the narrative of the Tyranid invasion on High Basilicus, and the Hormigants are your NPO, non-player operatives that you get in there with full data cards and rules for using those to fight against with your friends, which is quite good fun. But also in the box, people have noticed, we showed off on Warhammer Community a little while ago, the Tyranid Infestation Terrain Kill Zone upgrade. Tell me what we've got here.
So you get spore chimneys, capillary towers, gestation sacks, shards, spewer growths, underbrood mounds, capillary roots, spore vents, and brood nests. There's a lot. Chimneys and vents pump out spores. Capillary towers act as conduits, so when the Hive Fleet arrives, that's where they're basically going to get all the biomatter up from. And gestation sacks, well, you can probably guess.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's such great terrain and
So
a really
cool.
nice way of really adding a lot of flavour to your kill zone. And in standard games, they provide
Those are-
light cover or heavy
those are
cover, as
cool.
you might expect. But actually, in the joint op missions, they're also used as objective markers for you to investigate or destroy, or spawn points for Tyranid reinforcements to come out of, which is terrifying as well. It's just a beautiful set of terrain, and it's really nice to see some sort of classic Tyranid terrain from yesteryear made into a plastic set for your battlefield as well. Tyranid players all over the place, you want to get your claws on these. So there we go. That is Kill Team Typhon coming very soon. Got a little bit of time for some questions again from the chat. Ed, anything else we want to fire our way?
Well, obviously, the big one is for both kill teams, are we going to see rules for them in 40k?
So right now, of course, we do have rules for Raveners in the Tyranid Codex already, which you can use these models to represent. Are we going to see full rules for both kill teams in their entirety? Well, we're not sure yet, but keep your eyes on Warhammer Community, and there may well be more news coming on those soon. Yeah, watch Warhammer Community for that one, I reckon. Anything else, Ed?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of questions about the Imperial Knights Codex and Chaos Knights Codex. Just keep watching. Obviously, when we get to 40k, we'll cover those. Is this part of a Hive Fleet Typhon offensive in the lore?
Ooh, so as I mentioned before, basically the Raveners could be deposited on a planet well ahead of the Hive Fleet and can stay there for years, if not decades. So it could be a precursor to an invasion, but it also might have been, a little offshoot. So we don't yet know.
Fingers crossed it's not a full invasion there, right? For the sake of the Imperium.
Fingers crossed it is a full invasion.
You stay on your side, sir. Anything else, Ed, that we want to go over?
Yeah, final thing about just, obviously, we've not had Raveners for quite some time. In terms of build options, are we able to see just, a full unit of normal Raveners? Is there an ability to build multiple of each one? Basically, what we're going to do with that kit.
So basically, the kit you can build, you could build all 5 Raveners as a Ravener Warrior, which is essentially the Ravener you can see in a sort of Ravener squad in a Warhammer 40,000 game. There's also full rules for Ravener Warriors in Kill Team 2, so if you wanted to build 5 Ravener Warriors, you could use that as your kill team, no probs at all. As for the other options, you get enough bits to build 1 of each, so 1 Prime, 1 Wrecker, one, I forgot the names of them, one of each of the other ones you can build there as well, so not multiples of those. All right.
That's everything for now.
Excellent. In that case, it's time to move on now. What we got next?
Indeed, we're heading to the Mortal Realms.
There we go.
Fight
Mortal
action-packed
Realms!
battles in Shaiish, the realm of death, with the new Warhammer Age of Sigmar Spearhead gaming pack, Sand and Bone. Lead your forces to victory in fun, fast-paced games using streamlined rules. Each Spearhead box contains all the miniatures you need to take command of a balanced and thematic army, with rules and updates available to download for free online. Obliterate your foes from a distance, impose a grisly tithe on them, devour them whole through gluttony, or shred them with cold-blooded savagery. The choice is yours with 4 new Spearheads. March forth into the realm of death and prepare for battle with Spearhead, Sand and Bone.
Interesting.
Ooh, very exciting. So this is Spearhead, Sand and Bone. This is basically the new expansion for Spearhead with a whole load of new and exciting
What is
additions.
Spearhead?
Fighting 2 areas of the realm of death. Double death!
You love this, don't you?
Yes, so you've got Ossia and Delorum. Basically, you've got 2 sides of that board with a whole new set of scenery. Now, I notice here we've got the Necropolis, Blood, Delusion, Grief, and Night, the 5 Mortarchs that we know of, and they basically reflect sites of ancient power, dread temples to those Mortarchs, but they're not set out in the same way that we've seen before.
No, you're right. There's a nice little variation between the Fire and Jade, the previous games as well, to give you really good variation on your games depending on which realm you fight in. You'll also notice that on this board in front of us, the green one here, you've got one huge objective in the middle with the other 4 smaller ones around
just
it, which
combat
makes that
patrol.
central one super important and exciting to play over. And if you look on the top left of the purple board there, that one's only got 4 objectives on it, but 2 of them are super close in the centre of the board, so there's going to be a big old scrap there as well. Both boards really sort of want you to get into the action of the fight, which is great fun. You also notice on the screen as well, we've got some new terrain features here as well. This is the new mystical terrain that's being added in, which can either be set up on the board to start the game, or maybe brought in through one of the twists in the game as well. We've got the Crypt of Blood, where your fighters can take an unholy draft and try and best their foes at combat, but at what cost? And the Icon of New Lamia, which is the statue there, which you can sort of call upon the veiled promises of the icon, and maybe it'll help you, maybe it won't. Bit of a big risk there, but it's nice to see cool options in here as well as new updated battle tactics and commands and twists and everything to really make you feel like you're playing in the realm of death. So it's a very different experience to Spearhead as it is right now. Great fun, and definitely one to get your hands on. But alongside this box set, we've also got some new Spearheads coming as well.
Indeed.
There's
so the
my
first one we're gonna
guys.
have a look at is the
I
Ogre
think.
War Tribe Scrap.
The
Guide.
ogres.
Now, basically, you're going to have your hunter in the center with a bunch of Noblars around, as well as those 8 Iron Guts. Now, they pack an absolute punch, don't they?
They really do. They
Those
really
are
do.
cool.
They're terrifying. Don't get anywhere near them. But yeah, a really hitty spearhead. That
I already
one there.
have- I
You've
already
also
have
got
this.
the Seraphon
I have
Sunblood
that.
Prowlers as well. For the Seraphon fans, who are these guys?
Indeed. So these basically have the Hunters of Wan Chi.
But if you don't fancy being quite so mobile, you could instead go for the Citizen Sigmar Fusel Platoon and just shoot people off the table with all your guns and your crossbows.
Indeed, they're a mobile gunnery brigade, basically with 2 elements. You've got the Wilder Corps that move up the board, and then you've got those 2 units of Free Guild Fusiliers that basically form an impenetrable line of pervases.
They're even better. They get better on their saves if they remain stationary, but of course you won't score many battle tactics by doing that. But I tell you what, if you want to go for a smaller, more elite force, take a look at the Ossiarch Bone Reapers Mortizan Elite. It's just 9 models, but what
Those
9
guys
models
are
they
cool.
are.
Oh yeah, when we talk about sort of the Ossiarch, we're usually thinking about rank after rank of formidable troops, but the Mortisans of the Order of Ossifactors will assemble these kind of cohorts when they want to improve their bone-shaping skills in battle. And as you said, it's a highly elite force.
Yeah, there's not a model there that hasn't got at least health 4, and most of them have a 3+ save as well. So these guys are tough. There's not many of them, so good luck trying to score your battle tactics with those guys, because you're going to have to really think about how you do it. As a tactician, you might have to with the Ossiarch Bone Reapers.
Yes. Now, that's not all there is for the Age of Sigmar. We've got the Scourge of Gairan. Now, this is an exciting new seasonal event building up to the launch of the General's Handbook in summer. Now, on the run-up to that release, there's going to be daily articles on Warhammer Community with short stories in video form, along with new rules updates. These could be Regiments of Renown, battle formations, enhancement, but every faction is getting at least one updated War Scroll card for an existing unit.
That's right, and they're going to be match play legal from the release of the new General's Handbook, which is going to be the climax of the Scourge of Gairan season. We see that new General's Handbook arrive. It's that time of year. Here it is, and the difference here with the General's Handbook this time round is rather than just being a book, it's actually a complete box inside which is your 72-page book. You've got your battle plan and battle tactics cards. There's manifestation and war scroll cards as well. We've got the 6 objective markers in there too. It's a complete product for the Warhammer Age of Sigmar General, which you want to get your hands on. Tell me where we are for this season.
So this is War in the Jade Realm. Gairan is sometimes considered sort of a place of abundance, with Hammerhall Gaira being the breadbasket of Sigmar's domain. However, the realm of life is rife with disease, hellish mires, mercurial forest spirits, monstrous insects, rapidly changing seasons. Nowhere is safe.
That sounds awful. Sounds like a perfect place to have your battles of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Now, in terms of how the rules are going to change for this season, well, we're not going to tell you too much right now. In fact, we're going to ask you to just go back to the Warhammer Community website. In the future, there'll be some hints here and there and some build-up over the Scourge of Gairan to find out what's in the General's Handbook. Keep your eyes on the Warhammer Community website and definitely sign up to that newsletter as well. With that done, it's time to take a few more questions from the chat. Ed, what are folks saying out there in the world of Chatland?
Okay, I've combined a couple into one here, which is Fire and Jade still going to be supported, and will old Spearhead boxes still be allowed to play in the new Spearhead rules?
100% yes to both. So Fire and Jade is absolutely going to still be available. You can download the rules for free on Warhammer Community already. You can get the rules in the Ultimate Starter Set as well for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Will your old Spearhead still be usable? Yep, absolutely no problem at all. It's an expansion to the game. It's not a replacement. So you can use whatever you like to in the game. So just there's more ways to play Spearhead, which is great.
We've got another great question. One of our viewers has noticed that the Seraphon are led by a unit rather than a single character. How does that work?
Indeed, do you want to take this one again?
Yeah, okay, so yes, you're right. Some of the we've seen some of the spearheads being led by units. We saw it first with the Gloomspike Gits, where being led by that Snarl boss on his Snarl Fang. We've also now got the Sunblood Pack leading the Seraphon, and the Manflappers leading the Ogres as well. Some of them work in a different way. So the Ogres sort of is a hunter with a few tokens around him, with the little models representing tokens and things to put down. Whereas the Sunblood Pack, the Saurus, are actually 3 different models. Now, they actually only have 3 health apiece, so together they make up a 9 health unit, but they're still pretty tough. Yeah, that's how they work. It's actually really nice to see. I'm a big Warhammer Underworlds fan, and it's really nice to see some of the Warhammer Underworlds warbands being brought out and used in Warhammer Age of Sigmar in different ways as well. So it's just really positive.
God damn it.
Cool. Okay. Anything else?
We've got a lot of 40k questions still coming through.
Oh well,
maybe into the next section.
Maybe we'll go on to some 4K later on. But before we do, there's more stuff coming in the future for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. So let's take a look ahead at what's coming in the future.
This is so annoying.
So, coming next.
Future for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. So let's take a look ahead at what's coming in the future.
So, coming now, we've got the Soulblight Gravelords, followed on by that Spearhead expansion, Sand and Bone, and then the General's Handbook.
Taking a look a bit further forwards into the future, we have
40k soon, yes, sir.
Going to be up very soon with the Blades of Khorne and the Kaldron Overlords floating our way as well.
And then looking even further into the future, ooh, I wonder what that could be.
That could be one of. I got at least 3 things in my mind, but I tell you what, guys, if you're out there, if you've got an idea of what that could be,
what the hell?
Let us know in the chat. And we'll,
it looks like a wing of something.
That's a good one, actually. That could be. I've got at least 2 in my mind. It could definitely be. Right, with that done, it's time to take a move forwards into the 41st millennium. And
yes,
boys,
sir!
We've got a lot of things to show you for Warhammer.
The night we've been waiting for.
Let's start off then with the chapter approved deck. It's that season. We've seen the General's Handbook already. It's time for the chapter
Mission
approved deck.
decks and objections.
2025, sorry, to 2026. Now, this season, we're going to see this new deck, which functionally works the same as the current chapter approved deck, but with updates to missions, objectives, and formatting. So, going to be really good for players to get hold of. Crucially here, it actually includes missions specifically written for incursion games, which are 1,000-point games with unique deployment and updated muster rules for smaller games. For example, it's a rule of 2 for 1,000-point games with up to 4 battle lines instead. That's going to be quite fun. We can also see on the screen something called Asymmetric War as well, another new format which we've introduced for the chapter approved deck, where attacker and defender have different deployment zones and different aims within the game. So it's a much more unpredictable experience, and it's designed for 2,000 points and above. Instead of secret missions this time round, we've got challenger cards in the chapter approved deck. A challenger is a player trading by at least 6 victory points who can choose a challenger card or draw one. And these new cards provide a stratagem and a mission. Players can choose to complete the mission or use the stratagem, but not both. So similar mechanic to Spearhead if you guys have ever played that before. So nice little way of getting that player back into the game. And crucially here, this deck is designed to have lots of different ways to play 140,000 match play, to give you real replayability in your games and to make your games much more exciting and fun when you play them. So there's lots of, you don't keep having repeat missions, which is really, really cool. Yeah. So there we go. That's the chapter approved deck. Coming real soon. Make sure you get your hands on one of those when it drops.
However, that's not all that's coming for Warhammer 40,000.
There's so much coming.
We've also got the World Eaters.
Here we go.
So they're coming with the Gorestorm Slaughterbound Battle Force, including a whole host of 8-bound jackals,
World Eaters!
as well as the Slaughterbound, that brand new hero. So this guy, where 8-bound has sort of 8 demons trapped within him, has basically taken on a bloodthirster that's given him exceptional strength. Along with them, they've got their brand new codex. And within that is obviously going to be all of your rules and background.
That's a cool model.
The Scalathrax, all the warbands and characters, as well as the Red Angel's Gate.
So weird he has a freaking
manifested on Armageddon.
Whatever arm that dude
right.
has.
We've got a Slaughterbound. This is the new hero who's going to be coming into play for the World Eaters. A monstrous hero who can lead 8-bound or exalted 8-bound into battle and is so angry, Alex, that he rages at them and returns slain models to life. which is
so
terrifying.
angry he can't die.
So absolutely right. The Codex is coming as well.
Yeah, this doesn't look like Death Guard to me.
Detachments. You can include Khornate demons in your army, much like the Emperor's Children could include Slaneshi demons in the army.
Doesn't look like Death
and
Guard.
one of the detachments is the Khorn Demonkin, where you can use an enhancement to have a Lord on a Juggernaut leading Blood Crushers and Fleshhounds as a unit, which is just great fun. And there we get. You know
I
what?
still don't see the appeal of
Khornate demons.
World Eaters.
Well, we've got a little something to say, and it's over to Ed in Apology Corner.
Yeah, so Karanak should be in the Codex Demons Index. He's not, and we know that everyone wants it, so have no fear. He will be back when the World Eaters Codex comes out. Be both in that and also in an updated index at the same time.
There we go. Good news for all you Khorn Demon fans. Our apologies, guys. We're going to fix that mistake when that book drops. So thanks for that patience on that one. But right, keeping on the Chaos theme, what else is coming?
Indeed. We're going to see the Death Guard.
Death Guard!
So the Death Guard, likewise, have the Pox-wrought Vector Battle Force with a Fetid Blight Drone, Lord of Poxes, Plague Burst Crawler, Blight Lord Terminators, Plague Marines,
Oh my God, fuck off.
bodies, along with the
You're stupid ass lagging, dude.
Plague Marines, a whole host of disease-ridden bodies, along with the Lord of Poxes. So these are the masters of airborne
Those guys are
containment,
cool.
constantly pumping out a foul, fetid smog with that miasmic turbine on his back, and it acts to both
What the
screen
heck?
your advance and as a weapon.
Yeah, it's horrible, that thing on his back as well. He basically doesn't let enemies too far away from him see him at all. That gigantic sword on his back is a great plague blade. And let me tell you, when I say it's one of the most powerful combat weapons in 40K.
Yes, sir.
It's great. Again, the Codex includes lots of
Dude has a
attachments.
rusted plasma-
You can have noble
plasma gun
demons in the
pistol.
book. 6 attachments in there, including one that's very demons heavy, and one that lets you have an unending horde of poxwalkers, just as you'd hope to see, which is cool. And you know what? Let's round off the unholy triumvirate of
Death Guard,
chaos.
baby!
We've got 1,000 Suns.
Yes.
1,000
They've also
Suns,
got
that's
the
it?
Flame Thrallband Battle Force with a bunch of sorcerers, Scarab Occult Terminators, Rubric Marines, and you can see there at the front, those Sector robots. So these are
Dude.
mechanical constructs with features.
So the
of
rumors are
ancient
true
prosperous
with the
spirits
robot
of tutelary
thing.
demonic servants, and they're saturated in sorcerous power with runes of misdirection and illusion. One of their key
Unemployed
features, they're
behavior.
psychically controlled bodyguards. They are threaded through
Sorry,
with
I'm happy
spells of
about
prophecy,
my
so you can
guys.
essentially foresee attacks on
Those
their
guys are
master,
alright.
able to jump
They
in
don't
where
look.
bullets
They're not
have
what I
moved them out
thought
of
they would look
You're
like.
able to foresee where the enemy's going to be as well, which allows this unit to use the Overwatch stratagem for free, which is terrifying, especially when they can be armed with heavy warp flamers, as well as missile racks and melter guns.
I think these guys.
These
It's not
things
what
are
I
terrifyingly
expected it
tough.
would look
They
like.
actually count as vehicles as well, which is cool because one of the detachments in the 1,000 Sun book will
Nah,
actually take
bro,
motor vehicles,
nah.
so you can have a robot
I
heavy
understand
force
about
if you
World
want to.
Eaters, but
Great
my
fun.
faction's
Of course,
cool
Zeek demons
too.
are in the Codex as well.
I don't know if
as
I
you'd
like those
expect from these
robot,
books at this
though.
point. And in the Crusade section, you can
I guess
often
they're
scheme with
alright.
the Great Cult in Crusade as well.
They're not
And
like.
you're
That's
talking
not because I'm
about
biased. I'm just saying.
We've seen already the Emperor's Children.
It's not biased. I mean, it may sound like I'm biased, but
Codex. And you know what? We're doing the same with the 3 others we're releasing as well.
ooh,
Of
that's
course,
pretty
on screen
cool.
You see the World Eaters. We've got the Death Guard and 1,000 Suns coming too.
That's a
These
cool
books, Alex, are
World
absolutely
Eater book.
Incredible, aren't they?
Oh yes, these are absolutely chocked full of cool little bits of memorabilia.
That codex is
limited
cool,
edition codex.
actually.
However, they look cool on screen.
They really do.
But
They do.
in person, physically, they're much better.
Right.
And Ed, you've managed to get your hands on them, haven't you?
Well, yeah, I'm going to it's gone 2 a.m. The studio was not occupied, so I went in. I thought I'd nick them. So we've got this beautiful slipcase.
What the heck?
Parts, a nice, almost torn cover. Got 3 parts to each book.
That's super cool.
We've got the codex itself with gilt-edged gold pages, some really nice artwork in each piece as well. So every book's going to come with 5 pieces of relevant themed artwork for your god. Those are gorgeous. I've had a cheeky look at them myself. And then we obviously have a large slipcase with gilt-edged data cards, stratagems. We've got our.
I mean, to be
metal
fair, Death
tokens
Guard
for
or
objective markers.
World
And
Eaters,
finally, there's
they're
this
ugly as
really
fuck,
nice
but these are cool.
Solid metal medallion that we can make.
Solid
They
metal.
all magnetize together to form one large metal medallion. That is so weighty. in hand.
What?
I feel like I want to use this as the objective marker instead of the smaller one somehow.
I can't help feeling that completing
That's
the
awesome.
quadrant there is the medallions live here in the studio is going to summon some sort
I
of
do
bloodthirster.
feel like I've got power coursing through me somehow. Maybe it's the adrenaline for getting my hands on all 4 of them.
Those are absolutely stunning. There's going to be
That's
very
cool.
limited edition. There are going to be only 1,600 copies of each available.
That's sick.
When they go on release. So if you want
That's
one of those,
also cool.
or even all 4 of those, make sure you get one as soon as you possibly can, because
Dope.
I reckon They'll be hot.
Oh, yes.
They'll be selling our hotcakes.
Shut
so,
up, Gavin.
There we go.
Troll.
That's the limited edition Chaos Codexes.
Those
coming
are
very
cool.
soon. But I've had enough of talking about Chaos Filth. We've got some other cool stuff coming.
Hey!
It's time to go a little bit Imperium. As the
Douchebag.
Grey Knights are seeing
No!
their update here too, Alex. What have you got?
Indeed, so this is the
No!
Sanctic Conclave Battle Force with the Grandmaster and
No!
Nemesis Dreadnought, units of Brotherhood Terminators and Strike Squads.
Those guys are cool.
So they're also getting their new codex, chocked full of all the background. The Grey Knights are basically super anti-demonic
What the-
forces with their armor threaded through with psychoactive circuitry. And the Dreadknights in particular.
Dude, I
like to
hate the
combat most
stuttering. Stop
horrific
stuttering.
monsters, namely greater demons.
Those
Now,
are cool.
This is an update to that Dreadknight kit.
It is indeed. We've had the rules for a Grandmaster in a Dreadknight for a little while, but now we've actually got a full kit to represent the most heroic heroes of the Grey Knights in a Dreadknight.
God damn it, stop stuttering.
With weapon upgrades, including the Subliminator, the huge Psychic Melter, and a Nemesis Mace, which is what this thing has in common. Massive Psychic Blunt Force Trauma, which can destroy enemies. There's also a Nemesis Flail, which is sort of like a Morning Star version as well, which is coming here as well. So we've got new weapons of that guy and a great new addition kit. It's basically like the
That
Nemesis
is
Dreadnought
awesome.
kit with an upgrade sprue in there as well to make it into a Grey Knight Grandmaster, which is just cool. In terms of the codex, Grey Knight players can expect to see rules like Gate of Infinity still there, slightly tweaked. We've got 5 detachments in there covering lots of different army styles, including the Sanctic Spearhead, which covers vehicles and walkers. So you can have an army of Dreadknights and Dreadnoughts if you wanted to, which is great. In Crusade,
I
you
hate
can
how it
stave
keeps
off
stuttering.
Chaos Incursions with the aid of vision sent to you by the Prognosticars, which is cool. I like the sound of that.
Now, speaking of Prognosticars,
Yeah.
the Grey Knights have foreseen an invasion of a world that has previously been invaded by the World Eaters.
Aha, of course. This is the new Crusade book, Armageddon.
Yes.
And Armageddon
Wow.
is a war zone that will be familiar
That's a cool
to
book.
many veteran Warhammer players. Alex, why is Armageddon such a big deal?
Well, it's been the site of many horrific invasions. Now, the world stands directly in the path of one of the Blood
Baby
Crusades.
Carrier's still
It's
mid.
splintered on all killed
I think they look cool.
Golgotha. However, they've descended
This book
to
is
plague
cool.
the whole sector. Now, the amount of blood that has been spilt has basically fed the Red
Is this
Angels'
Grey
big
Knight's
Angron first
codex?
move into Armageddon, and as such, the Conqueror
Bro,
has heeded the call and
stop
arrived.
lagging.
So the World Eaters had arrived. So the World
Jesus
Eaters have
Christ.
descended to Armageddon itself, but they're faced with regiments of the Death Corps, Logan Grimner's Space Wolves, High Marshal Helbrecht's Black Templars, and the Grey Knights who have foreseen this invasion.
This is so cool. What a great way to kick off a new war zone. And this actual book itself is a Crusade book. And if you've never played Crusade before, it's a wonderful way of linking your games together in a narrative sense, where your forces get enhancements or your units get upgrades as you go along. And it's a really cool way of playing 40k. If you've never played, I seriously recommend. We're playing at the
It's a
moment.
Crusade
and
book?
It's going to be
I
great
see.
fun. You can either choose to defend Armageddon, to attack Armageddon, or perhaps be one of the third party there. Of just not quite sure which side you're going to represent. Maybe you'll decide later on. And there's a tree campaign inside the book for all those 3 factions as they sort of take the battle to the enemy over the course of Armageddon. It's great. We've got Crusade badges in there. There's a focus on epic heroes, mighty deeds, fighting hellscapes as the barriers between warp and reality just merge. And what's really cool as well is there's rules for unbound demons flocking to your game as sort of non-player characters sort of running in and just taking both sides and just causing complete havoc because there's a demonic concursion on Armageddon, which is just great. So yeah, seriously, Armageddon Crusade coming very soon. Hey, do you know what? Armageddon does sound pretty cool.
Yeah.
It sounds this cool.
Planet Armageddon. An imperial linchpin plagued by invasion and constant bloody warfare. Now the Blood God's followers swarm across the planet's ravaged surface. On the brink of annihilation, the world's defenders issue a desperate plea for aid. Will anyone answer their call?
Oh, not the Grey Wolves. Not the Wolves. Space Wolves. Ooh! this thing would stop fucking stuttering. That codex was so cool.
Must halt the demonic tide.
Dude. It looks like
That was
Typhus.
incredible, and everybody there will have noticed a whole new raft of space.
Oh,
It looks like
they're
Titus
here. The
or
Space Wolves are
Typhus
here.
is.
They've been waiting for them for a long
yes.
time. And it's
It looks
great
like
to see
Typhus is on the
a
cover this time.
fantastic new range of miniatures coming your way for the Space Wolves. Let's take a look because
They all look good.
I mean, look at these.
The Space Wolves.
It's just we've waited and waited,
Bro,
and here they are.
stop
This,
fucking
in particular, what we're
lagging.
seeing right
My
now,
God, no matter what I fucking turn it to. Jeez, I might have to stop my damn stream. It's so fucking annoying.
The Space Wolves Army launch set
Stop
coming
stuttering.
to you soon. Included in there is the new Wolf Priest, the new Battle Leader, the new Head Takers,
Space
the Blood
Wolves are
Claws,
cool.
and the Grey Hunters. We're all getting new miniatures there. We'll talk about all of these. They got the new Codex in there as well. Oh wow, what a force! And let's have a look at some of the models a bit closer, shall we? Starting off with the Wolf Priest. Now, my compatriot
Wolves are
Simon here
cool.
tells me that aside from a random Games Day miniature some 20 years ago, this is the first time Games Workshop has done a Wolf Priest miniature, so it's great to see. And I'm right in thinking this is a kind of mix between an apothecary and a chaplain.
Indeed, their duties are to observe the warring tribes of Fenris and to sort of select potential aspirants. They harvest gene seed, they tend to the wounded, but they're also
I wish they were
spiritual
wearing
advisors,
helmets,
preparing their
but-
brothers for mental and spiritual trials.
It's really nice. This model's actually got quite a few options here as well. You've got head options, helmeted, bare heads as well.
I would do
in-game,
helmeted.
You can restore wounds to units that you've joined, and also add one to melee wound rolls, the Litany of Hates. It's got rules from both the Apothecarium and the Chaplaincy as well, which is just cool. Also in the box set, we've got another leader, the Wolfguard Battle Leader. Might be my favourite model of the box, this one.
Very cool.
It's so cool. Again, lots of options here. Helmeted, bare heads, different weapon options as well. Who are the Wolfguard Battle Leaders?
So these guys are members of the Wolf Guard, and they're deputized into leading warriors on the battlefield. They're essentially the equivalent of a Space Marine lieutenant. They're typically temporary positions, but a war can last years, decades. So temporary is an odd term to use. They've got access to ancient and powerful relics from the Great
Space
Company's
Wolves
armory,
don't wear
and when the
helmets
Wolf
in
Lord
lore.
falls,
Ah.
it's amongst these Wolf
Yeah, but it
Guards
looks
whose
so
replacement is
ugly.
found. So
I don't
gaining
like it.
experience in these
I think I
leadership
prefer
roles is
helmets. I
You want
mean,
these guys
that's
leading your
ugly.
units
I
into
would not
combat,
want to play them
specifically your Wolfguard
if I
Head
just
Takers,
could not
your Grey
wear a
Hunters,
helmet.
or your Blood
I don't know
Claws,
why.
which is the next new
I
unit
don't
we'll
like
have a
them
look
without
at here.
helmets.
Look at these. What a great update on an iconic Space Wolf unit. These guys are the sort of the newer
Ew.
Space Wolves. Loads of options all over the kit, including different heads and things as well. They're wearing slightly lighter armor
Bro,
than
stop
other Marines
stuttering,
as well, so
for
they
the
look
love of
like they're a
God.
bit newer. That suits their background,
Yeah,
right?
Why?
they're young and impetuous. They
Stop
need to prove themselves.
Fucking
temper
stuttering, please. Why do you keep stuttering on me?
themselves, temper themselves in battle.
God
Like
damn.
all chapters, training is harsh and extensive, but battlefield experience is the most valuable. And so the Blood Claws are not discouraged from taking up positions in the vanguard.
That's pretty cool. Now, as Blood Claws have been in the past, these guys are combat-centric, carrying their Astartes chainsword and their bolt pistol. But the big news here
It
is
dulls
like
their
all
sense of
Space
smell.
Wolf infantry in Tacticus armor.
I don't even
they are
care, dude. I
movement
just think it's
7.
ugly without
They're
their
faster than other
helmets.
Space Marines because they're desperate
Any
to get
Space
into
Marine, doesn't even
combat.
matter what
They're cunning
Space
hunters
Marine.
as well, allowing them to reroll
I
ones
just think
to
it's
wound.
ugly either way,
If the
without
target is in
it.
range and objective, they can reroll all wounds.
them
which is
wearing
pretty cool.
helmets
Just
make
like
them
the
look a
Grey
lot
Hunters,
lot
who are
better.
the other iconic Space Wolf unit, which we are seeing new models
least
for
for
here as
me.
well. Again, all plastic, loads of options for the pack leader, lots of options all over the kit to really personalise your Marines, which is perfect for the Grey Hunters, as they're more the veteran Marines, aren't they?
Yeah, so they've survived long enough as Blood Claws to become
They
Grey
also
Hunters, and this is
eat
when the
people,
Canis
but
Helix
yeah.
is really presenting a bit more apparent.
They can just take their helmet off, they're gonna eat somebody.
Fangs, rougher skin, all of those like canine developments that we love with the Space Wolves. They're really closely bonded units. They work independently or as part of a larger force. They're stalwart and reliable and hold that sort of fire akin to the Blood Claws. They're a core part of your Space Wolf force.
Absolutely core. These guys are great at everything. They have Astartes chainsword, so they can pack a punch in combat. Each Marine carries a bolt carbine, allowing them to fire up to 3 shots apiece. The pack leader can have a power fist or a power weapon. But the big news here, as well as the fact that they can move 7 inches like the Blood Claws, is that this unit are OC3 apiece, which makes them absolutely perfect for holding and capturing objectives from the enemy. They are absolutely core, and I hate to admit it, but they might be one of the best core more battle line units in the Imperial forces. So yeah, get your hands on, or your claws on some of these if you possibly can. Up next, we've got the elites of the force, the head takers, and their hunting wolves.
So the head takers tend to be from those wolf guard who still retain some of their youthful recklessness, and they specialise in hunting down enemy champions, beasts, warlords. Those Fenrisian wolves with them are closely bonded to them, and it's so strong that it's almost as if they act as one, like an instinctive coordination.
These
Those
are
are
elite
cool.
infantry, similar to Blade Guard veterans you might recognise from the Space Marines.
I'm
they have
surprised
loads
Jared
of
doesn't
options.
play,
There's 9 interchangeable
Space
head options
Wolves.
in the kit for your bare helmeted or your bare heads or your helmeted. There's lots of bare heads in the Space Wolf kits.
They're
It's
just
great, because that really
Vikings.
suits them. You can give these guys different weapon options. They can come with a mastercrafted power weapon
Bro,
and
I'm
shield,
gonna
or a pair of
fucking freak
mastercrafted
the
power weapons
fuck
for
out,
6
dude.
attacks.
Stop buffering. Why do you keep doing that?
With a mastercrafted
Stop.
power weapon and shield, or a pair of
God damn
mastercrafted
it.
power weapons for 6 attacks apiece. The head takers and hunting wolves fight as separate units on the battlefield, which is quite interesting. So you can run them around separately. You were talking about the sort of going for the big monsters and the champions there. Before the game, you select one enemy unit to be your quarry, and they get devastating wounds and precision when targeting that quarry. And when they've killed it, they just select a new unit and a new quarry, which is terrifying. Of course, inside this box, we're also seeing the Space Wolves Codex supplement as well. Like I said, this is in conjunction with the Space Marines Codex
That's a
as
cool
well.
codex.
But it contains full background on Space Wolves faction, the colour section with loads of cool shots of the miniatures, army rules, everything you expect from a codex, of course. There are 3 detachments inside, each with their own theme and their own saga to complete. Complete your saga and get additional rules, which is really cool. And in Crusade, there are new Oathsworn campaigns, expanding on those in Space Marines Codex. So the Space Wolf theme saga to complete, earn deeds of making, exclusive battle traits, scars, agendas, everything else you expect from Crusade as well.
Indeed, my favourite little aspect often of these codexes is the little asides, the little addendums that are added to it. And there's a quote from an Inquisitor here that I think really sums them up. They are deviants all, these Space Wolves, uncouth and lacking in honour, informal and without discipline. They respond with contempt to direct orders, scoff at Lord Guilliman's Codex Astartes, and treat the orders of Imperial commanders with contempt. And I think that sums them up perfectly.
Yeah, and an awful lot of Space Wolf players I've met as well, to be fair. You know who you guys are. Well, that's an incredible range of miniatures coming for the Space Wolves. And what's more, that's not all. There's going to be more coming as well. We just haven't shown you everything yet. Expect some more characters, some more elite units coming too. But keep your acute senses fixed on Warhammer Community website, where you can get to see more
Who's
of those.
the Space Wolves as Primarch?
So, well, that's great news. For
Do they have one?
That range refresh we've been looking for, and it's here.
They probably do have
Congratulations,
one.
guys. But let's have a look now over to Question Corner. Ed, folks are going to be happy about the Space Wolves, right? Surely.
They are indeed. There's lots of love for Space Wolves. Space Wolf related question though is, do we know if Thunderwolf cavalry are still going to be riding across the battlefield?
So we're not going to answer any questions about that right now, because the Warhammer Community website is going to give you more details about what's going to be included in the codex coming forward. There's loads of articles coming about that. So just keep your eyes on Warhammer Community for now, and all your questions will be answered right there on the website. And sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, for definite.
Yeah, but
Okay.
a couple of questions that have been asked since actually before the stream started, and they've
Okay.
been asked throughout, so
Eager.
it's time to come to them. Imperial Knights, obviously on the last roadmap, they appeared as one of the next
Leman
codexes.
Russ.
Now obviously we've got Chaos of coming at a similar time. When can we see Imperial Knights, do we think?
We will answer that momentarily.
Ooh,
okay.
Still to
Interesting,
come,
interesting.
essentially. Chaos Knights, do you know if they're ever getting a named character? That's another question that's been asked since the beginning.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be real pedantic here, but in White Dwarf 509, they got 2 named characters in the combat patrol. So there we go. That they already exist. As for other named characters in the future, I don't know, to be honest with you. Again, keep your eyes on Warcom. If we haven't talked about it here, we can't mention it yet. Warhammer Community's got all the information you need.
Yeah, so tied into that, again, we've had questions about the release dates, the limited edition codexes. Again, same thing, it'll be announced on Warcom. Another question about them, though, is are they all releasing at the same time, or are they staggered?
Ooh, that's a good question. We know the Army launch set's going to be released as itself, but then we'll see other stuff coming out later on as well. Release dates and everything completely up to other people other than us. Again, Warhammer Community and the social media channels are the place to look for that. And I know we've got burning questions we want to answer, guys. We can't say everything quite yet, but keep your eyes on Warhammer Community. That's the place to look.
I do have a potential lore-based question. Obviously, we're coming back to Armageddon. Wouldn't be Armageddon without Old Man Yarrick. Now, is he still around in the lore?
As we saw from the Astra Militarum Codex a while back, Yarrick is, as far as the Imperium is concerned, deceased. There was a great memorial for him. So unfortunately, no.
Well, at least, yeah, it's pretty much hard no. Read the Codex Astra Militarum, and it's pretty decisive.
There was a body.
Sorry, guys. He's an old man no longer. But hope that answers that, but maybe not the way you wanted us to, I guess. Anything else, Ed?
Yeah, again, there's just lots of questions about, new minis, what might be coming next. So again, all those will just still be.
Do you know what?
Check out Warcom.
We would love to answer all those questions, guys. Yes. And as hobbyists ourselves, we totally understand, but we can't say everything right now. Just keep writing on the website, and you'll see all that. In fact, should we take a look right now, a little look further ahead at what might be coming next for Warhammer 40,000?
So coming up first, we've got the 1,000 Suns. They're going to be marching in with those new sector.
1,000 Suns going to be first.
Our robots. Then we've got the Space Wolves howling in. The World Eaters.
No!
Finally, the Death Guard.
Mine's going to be last. Come on.
I mean, quite soon as well. It's saying right now.
Are they all at the same time?
Real soon, which is good news for all you Chaos fans and Space Wolf fans. Now, what's coming next? We've got the Black Templars, we've got the Grey Knights, the Chaos Knights, and Imperial Knights are stomping over the horizon as we speak.
And then a little bit further on, these are 3 more factions coming. Now, I'm pretty sure I can guess at least 2 of these.
Yeah, me too, but they are definitely interesting. And in the far, far future, something's coming. It's a shadowy shape. What could it be?
A Space Marine.
What you think that could be, because I've got a couple of theories, certainly.
It's a fucking Space Marine shadow.
I've got an idea.
Yeah, me too. So there we go. That's what's coming for the future for Warhammer 40,000. We've got just enough time for a couple more questions. Ed, is there anything else that's burning people want to know?
There's a lot of questions about Warcry, where we're at with the current edition. Obviously, we've still got a lot of Warcry miniatures out at the moment. Have we got any updates on Warcry?
I don't think there's anything else they're showing.
Keep your eyes on one. It's going to be the same answer pretty much. Just keep your eyes on one community for all updates as for that sort of thing. Anything else, editor?
Yeah, are these 1,000 Suns automatons related to Vashtor in any way?
That's a good question.
The Dark Mechanica.
Ooh, time will tell.
Time will tell. Vashtor, of course, is the dark mechanic of the Chaos Force.
Well, no, box shown for us yet.
I don't know.
These are ancient robots, so these have been around for a very long time. But that's not to say that Vashtor
our box hasn't been shown yet.
Anything technological.
I don't think there's anything else they're going to be showing.
Obviously, he's got wormwood. It wouldn't surprise me if his claws got all over the place.
There we go. Do you know what? That's been an absolutely brilliant show. We've seen some fantastic releases.
Yeah.
Some fantastic previews coming up. What we saw the Old World. We saw Kill Team.
Oh yes. Space Wolves. All those 40k releases. All the Chaos factions.
Yeah, the new Spearheads coming for Warhammer Sigmar as well. What's been your favourite of the show so far?
I'm awfully tempted by the Raveners and that Kill Team box, but cool. I think it's going to have to be the Grand Cathayan Dragon.
Yeah, beautiful model. And for me, I think I'm a Spearhead fan, so I'm really looking forward to playing Sand and Bone. And I can't wait to see Simon paint some of those new Space Wolves as well. It's going to be good. It's been an absolute blast. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us here on the preview show. Just a quick one. If you want to see any more...
All right. Well, I guess that will be it for today's stream. There was a lot of cool things that were shown. The Death Guard pretty was well. Everything was cool in the showing. I think I found a new faction I want to play in the Old World. I think I've seen like the codex that's going to be shown of the special one and the codex for for Death Guard and everybody else. I'm gonna have to go back in the stream and watch it again so I can see, because my fucking shit was stuttering. But I saw it looked like it was Typhus that was in there, but I'm not sure because my stupid fucking, for some reason everything was stuttering. I don't know why, but it just was. But yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy today's stream. That was freaking awesome. I'm gonna have to save money so I can actually get the special box. I'm pretty doubtful I'm probably gonna be able to get it, to be honest. I want to get it, but I don't know if I'm gonna have money for it, sadly. Hopefully. I really want to get it, but you know, I only get paid on YouTube, so not much I can really do other than like maybe save money over time, because I don't really know how long it's going to take for these to come out. So maybe I do have time, but it's going to be expensive. But yeah, you could maybe get a box set announced. What? Could maybe get a box set announced? Yeah, for the next one, right? There's nothing else to be shown, right? I'm pretty sure. Trying to find where they shown all the... Trying to find where they shown all the box sets or the but yeah, anyway, sorry, I'm trying to find something. But yeah, I'm gonna try my best to get a box set. I can't promise I will. I mean, it doesn't really matter to you guys, it's more for me. But you know, I'm hoping I can actually get it because I really, really want to get this book. I'm hoping I can get it. There's not, let's see, what does it say? I can't read it from here. There's not, but maybe in a couple weeks they'll show one. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna try to get the box. I really want it. But if I can't get it, I can't get it. Not much I can do about it. I mean, I chose to do what I chose. So, it's on me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. This was a pretty fun stream, but I hope you guys do enjoy today's stream. Leave a like, subscribe. If you guys like 40K, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about. Let me know what you guys think about your guys' things, and I'll see you guys all in the next